Good morning, everyone. Today is February 14th, 2018. So happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I can't think of a better day to present to you my video for the 2017 Speak Right published for Hay House Movers and Shakers. I want to talk to you about three things that are deeply close to my heart, and that is love, divine love, the big Father, Mother, God love, listening, and ideas. My name is Susan Burst Gibson, and I have been a spiritual seeker for most of my entire life. I also have been a mother of two daughters. I have been a teacher, a healer, a father or mother to many other people, and also a professional volunteer and an entrepreneur, and currently I'm an event marketing consultant. And I love events because they deal with ideas, and that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. When I was in college, I was majoring in graphic design, and I found out about 2 weeks before I was supposed to graduate that one of my teachers was going to not pass me in the class. It was an art class, so it was very subjective, and he said that I didn't have a C, and so he was just gonna, that was it. It was because of the one class. And I remember going home and burst into tears and devastated because I already was on the 4.5-year program. And I discussed it with my mom, and we talked about it, and I kind of got quiet, and then the teacher told me, well, I'll give you a passing grade, Susan, just so that you can graduate. And I always have wanted to do the right thing, and I did my own praying and meditating and contemplation about it, and I told him, no, I wanted to complete the class and do it right so that I would fulfill the requirements. Well, the assignment that we were given was that we were supposed to bottle ourselves in a packaging design form, and that was our final project. And so I didn't graduate in December as hoped, but I did take the time to just work on that project. And what I ended up doing was called Susan Burst Glow Getter. So it was a promotional piece that looked like a matchbook stick that you see like this, and it said, strike it bright. You know, hire me and you will get inspiring creative ideas. Well, I always loved the idea of graphic design and ideas, and I think I've incorporated that into the rest of my life, because I think when you have a great idea, you can always implement that, and it's so great to see an idea that's intangible and basically spiritual and not a physical element come to life. And that's why I've always enjoyed also working with events, because these people have these ideas of things that they want to create, and then to see it manifest its form in a real life thing where you get to relate with other people and have something that you just envisioned in your mind come to fruition. It's such a great experience. So I really enjoyed that. But the current project that I've been working on is a book called Listen. Love is sensitive to every need. And I have found that when you practice these laws of listening, that you will see such spiritual abundance demonstrated in your life in so many spectacular ways. And I have seen that firsthand, and I wanted to share some of those laws that have been valuable to me with others. And I think that you will find that if you really listen, and I'm going to talk to you today about the 3 ways that we listen. The first one is the listening to a higher power, or what I like to call Father, Mother, God. You're spiritual, where you're quiet, where you get in that closet, not a real closet, but your quiet space where you just listen or meditate, and you close your eyes, or you take a walk, or you do a run, or whatever way you do it, and you just close out the rest of the world. There's so much talking going on. We have our phones on 24/7, and you hear constant communication, and we keep them by our beds, and we're constantly, the world is small, and we're being able to communicate all the time with content and information and pictures and videos and just so many text messages and all the different avenues. So I think it's really crucial to take that time to listen. We have so many books that you'll see, like how to lose weight, how to make more money in your business, how to be faster, be smarter, use social media. But how many books do we really have on listening? I think it's something that, as Wayne Dyer and so many people have referred to, that is it a coincidence that listen and silence have the same letters? I don't think so. So that first way of listening, the one that I find the most important is that listening to that higher, quiet, powerful time that you really turn out the rest of the world, because when you do, you will find the answers that you need. And the second type of listening that we often come to see is the one that is listening to others. Everyone has their opinions. Our friends have their opinions. Our families have their opinions. The internet, Google has its opinions. And we listen to that. And sometimes there's some good advice there, and sometimes we got to turn it out and go back to that number one. And then the third type of listening is listening to our own self and what we hear and our thoughts and those ideas that come to us. And we have to check those as well, because are they really from the divine and the absolute, or are they human? Because we need to do a check on that and say, I always like to say, I am beautiful, saith the Lord. Now, God would only tell us perfect and absolute things, but would he say, I am sick? I don't think so. I think that that spiritual absolute always sees the whole being, and that's really important as well. So I'm so glad that I got to present this to you today, and I hope that I can get coached by Reed and Cheryl and make this available to other people so that we can all be better listeners. And I want to hear the stories that everyone has, because I know that when you listen with love, things will be miraculous and we'll see new results, and I think the world will change. Thanks so much. This is Susan Burris Gibson.